Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Whitt Sessions. What is Whitt Sessions? I'm so glad you asked. Whitt Sessions is a pop-up interview at a pop-up location with a surprise guest. And as you can tell by my background, you know I'm in one of my favorite locations. We're in beautiful Gary, Glen Park section, University Park at Jay's Breakfast Club, 3669 Broadway. And my very special guest today is none other than first-time author, Karen Dade, author of Behind the Collar. Welcome, Karen, everybody. I have been waiting on this interview for quite some time. You know, you and I connected back in October talking about this, and I said, ooh, I cannot wait to do a Whitt session with you. So we're now going to start off with the book. And anyway, she's kind of been shrouded in secrecy about it. I haven't seen the cover. You know, I get little tidbits and a little synopsis here and there. But the big reveal is coming in about a week. So we'll talk about that. But first and foremost, who is Karen Dade?
Oh my God, that is such a, I don't even know how to answer that question.
Because there's so many layers.
Well, I'm the teacher, preacher, singer, songwriter, actress, comedian, health and wellness enthusiast, and now author.
Yes. So actress.
Yes.
Talk a little, let's start with that. I mean, that just sounds so fabulous and glamorous.
Well, I didn't even know I was going to be an actress, but I was watching TV one day with my daughter, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to be an actress, and I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm going to be on somebody's stage, and she was like, no, okay, Mom.
Whatever.
Right. And so maybe within 12 months, I got a call. Somebody said, I have a part I think that you can play. And that's how it started.
So is the stage?
It's the stage.
Okay.
Yes, it's the stage and the film coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now, I know you from a realm more so of the spiritual as an evangelist and also as a health enthusiast. So, talk to me a little bit about your spiritual walk, and then we'll jump into all those good health nuggets that you're always passing my way.
Well, the spiritual aspect, I've been a minister since 2001. I was ordained an elder in 2003. So the book really is reflective of everything behind the collar, like everything.
So when you say collar, you mean
preacher's collar.
The preacher's collar.
Yes.
Okay.
So my journey up until that point is in the books. It talks about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have been known to be in radio studios, most recently demonstrating squats and wall sets. And
y'all set me up.
We set you up. And trading healthy tips with Dr. Janet Seabrook.
Yes.
So I know you kind of dabble in that as well in your health journey. So talk a little bit about what you do with that.
Well, I went to school for it. I decided, was in finance for 20 some odd years and decided I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. I got bored. So I said, what do I really like? I'm like, okay, I like fitness and exercise. So I went back to school and I got an associate's degree in fitness and exercise. I got a bachelor's in sports medicine and a master's in nutrition.
Yeah. So we're here with the real deal. We could turn this whole show into Ask the Nutritionist, but I won't make this about my own personal questions and travails, my own walk, right, with health. But the focus really of today's Whitt session is the creation of your first book, Behind the Collar, and I know it has some touchy subjects that you have been transparent with. And that I haven't read the book, full transparency, because I don't have it. She won't even give it to me yet. But it is.
Get it.
I'm gonna get it. It's ready to go. But can you tell our viewers the premise of the book and just where you found the strength to come forth and birth this story? Well, it's not a story. Your true story.
My true story. Yeah. Well, it started actually 7 years ago. God gave it to me, and then the years had passed, and I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? And people were asking me, I thought you wrote a book. You know, you mentioned it to your family, so you know they never forget,
they
right?
Will hold you to
accountable. Yeah. And I was like, it just wasn't the right time. And so when the 7th year hit, being this year, God was pointing in my spirit like, it's time. And then he said the reason why it took 7 years is because he was still maturing me and healing me. Because as I was doing the book and re-editing it, there was additional layers of healing that I didn't even know I needed.
Wow.
And and it gave me those additional, and you know, we always think just because God gives you something that it's the time to release it.
Right.
And timing is everything. And so if I had it, he told me if I had released it earlier than that, it would have been premature and I wouldn't have been ready to handle everything that's going to come with it. Yeah. So now I'm ready. And the story is very prevalent now because as we see a lot of sexual indiscretions that are going on in the media now, especially when it comes to molestation. And so the book speaks to my journey, being molested as a young girl, starting at the age of 12. Me going from basically a victim to a victor. We hear a lot about the pedophiles, but we don't hear from the victims. We don't hear people tell the true story of what happens from beginning to end, especially if the ending is victorious.
Yes.
So you have to have victory in it in order to even be able to talk about it and tell people the journey, because it is painful.
Yes.
There's some pain associated with it. So it does give a very graphic depiction. It's not for kids. It's very transparent.
But when you say it's not for children or kids, is it something that a parent can read and then glean from and relate to a young child so that they know the signs? You know, we talk about good touch, bad touch, and if someone has done something inappropriate or entailed, is there a way from this book that we could go forth and do that?
Well, I think it would be great for a parent to read it and then notice the signs in their children. I still wouldn't advise that a child, because for them to comprehend all of it is going to be a little overwhelming. And then you don't want your kid to hear the depiction of being molested. You know, even though it might have happened, you just don't. Some things you just don't want them to have to try to get it, understand
that graphic piece of it.
Right? Yeah, because it's a graphic piece.
So that leads me to the question: what does it feel like now that you're going to allow us to come inside of this painful portion of your life? And when you have your book signings and your book release and your book tour, people are going to know a side of Karen that, for me, with us not knowing each other, it's too long.
Right.
I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. How do you make that walk, and what are your expectations around sharing your story with the world now?
Well, that's why I talk about being ready, because you have to be ready to be okay with people who are going to applaud you, and then people who are going to be the naysayers. Oh my God, she told people she actually did that, she did this. And so you have to have a tough skin. And that's why the process was really inevitable. I had to go through that in order for God to give me a thicker skin to be like, okay, well, not to judge whatever you want, say whatever you want. It's my story, it happened. I'm good with it now. So my purpose is hopefully somebody who might be going through it will read the story and maybe identify themselves at a particular place where I was in the process. And maybe their healing can be more expedited than mine was. Because the journey for me was very painful, and I wish somebody had said to me, get therapy. You know, in the Black community, it's such a stigma.
It was
we think we're crazy.
We're getting better though.
Yeah, we are
getting better about getting therapy and getting help. So you said you got help, or did you?
I did
later?
No.
Okay.
I never did. It was my healing. All has come from this book and then God. Me just laboring before Him, because I didn't even know or remember that I had been molested till I turned 40.
Are you serious?
So I packed it away. I lived my entire life with issues I didn't even know I had, and didn't understand why I behaved a certain way or accepted a certain behavior. Because on the surface, you know, I always was glamorous. I always looked a certain way.
Yes, you're glamorous today.
Thank you, darling.
That's why I had to come ready. I was like, I'm meeting Karen. Let me get it together.
So, but on the inside, I was broken. You know, when you accept certain behavior from me and when you allow me to treat you a certain way, it is a factor of low self-esteem. You don't see it that way, but it is, because when I read the book, I was like, God, who is this girl? Because you know, I'm not that person anymore.
Right.
Who would allow a guy to talk to her a certain way, or treat her a certain way, or even participate in certain types of behavior?
Is it your fear? Well, I won't even say fear, because you're a victor. Does it cross your mind that people who played a role in the negative aspects of this will feel some kind of way when your full story is revealed in the book? Meaning, from the person who did this to you to people who may know that person. You know how it's like, no, that didn't happen, or if she packed it away, then maybe she's not recalling this. So what do you say to what that backlash might bring?
Well, the names were changed to protect the guilty, but
Okay. Wow, aren't you a good one? Because I would lay them bare, but
well, you can't give people's
Right.
names, but yeah, the scenarios, they are what they are, and I'm sure some people probably will feel a certain kind of way. What can I do though?
Yeah.
I can't change my story. It is what it is, and whether they want to admit to having a piece in the puzzle or a party to whatever it was that I went through, because the book is not about them. They were participants in it, but the book is about me. It's
That's
about my
right.
journey. It's about what I went through. God just placed them, in the spaces at that time. You know what I'm saying? So
That is so inspiring to me because I hear the growth coming in your voice. And if you're just tuning in, you're watching the episode of See Whitt Sessions. I'm with Karen Dade, a new author, and I'm excited for you because we're teasing the story, but there's the opportunity coming up very soon for people to actually get the book, me included. I'm going to actually get the book.
she'll probably have it before you.
I'm
all.
hoping. So you, look at me, I'm just all in yours. You are hosting a birthday book signing. Happy belated birthday, by
Thank
the way.
you.
She celebrated
Thank
her
you, sis.
birthday this past
Yes.
Monday. Shout out to all the Sagittarians out there. And so you felt like your birth of this book, all the timing made sense. Talk a little bit about talk a lot about your birthday book signing, where it's going to be and how we can attend, and those who are watching from afar, because I have followers all over the country,
Right.
how they too can get the book.
Okay, well, the book release is December 14th,
Okay.
which is next Saturday.
Mhm.
It's from 6 to 11:30, depends on how much we party.
Oh, a party too, okay.
Yeah, it's a book release / birthday party. I'm celebrating life and I'm celebrating my new beginning.
Yes.
And so the book actually signing will be from 6 to 8. So I'm encouraging everybody that's coming, please get there on time.
Get the book, put it in the trunk, and then come back and
Then
sign
you
for
come
the
back
party.
in, yes. So it is on Eventbrite. It's
Okay.
$25, but $25 covers a lot. It covers an autograph book for me, and it covers light hors d'oeuvres, live band. I'll be performing. Not gonna tell you how yet, but
You
I'll be
didn't tell me.
I know. I'm
performing.
gonna perform a
Just
little
full of
bit.
secrets today. Wow.
So yeah.
And now where's it gonna be?
At New Hope 2, which is in Hammond. It's 6634 Calumet Avenue in Hammond, Indiana.
Okay, real accessible right off the
Yes.
expressway,
Yes.
Calumet Avenue. I'll make sure that we post this in the comments and share it on social media. I know people are going to be interested in just following you and getting to know more about you. How do we find you on social media? Because I know you are all over.
Well, I'm on Karen Dade for Facebook, also Special K's Comedy Corner on Facebook. I am Karen Dade on Twitter. I am Karen Dade on Instagram.
Yes,
and on
there's so
LinkedIn,
many.
Karen Dade.
Karen Day, she
Yes.
is everywhere. And so what are your family members and friends saying now? You know how you say you're going to write a book, and I have friends who, the book has been here for like a long time.
Yeah,
And
it
I'm
takes
always applauding people when they actually do it. What are they saying to you?
I'm excited. My family actually had the opportunity to read a little bit of it when it was in like the skeleton form and not totally finished, and it hurt them because they didn't know. And you don't. That's not something you just walk around telling.
Exactly. And
You
plus,
know?
you packed it away. So
I
in
packed
a
it
way,
away.
you didn't know either.
No idea. Yeah, no idea.
So
But they're
what was it?
excited.
I have to know though. What was it? At what point that you just woke up and said, "Oh my God, this happened to me"?
I was actually watching Oprah when she was talking about her molestation on her show.
Wow.
And it awakened the memory in me right at that time. And she said, what was up? I was in the kitchen. She said, I was in the kitchen with my uncle. And something he said triggered the memory. And so it was right at that moment when she said that, well, my memory came back.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was devastated.
Yes. And I know there are people we know that will hear you, and I'm hoping, it's just my prayer that they come forward.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine living with a secret, harboring it, it's festering inside of you, and then you're not able to realize your full potential.
Right.
And I'm going to close the show with this. What's next for Karen? I know we birthed the book, we're getting the book release going, but now that you've gotten this weight off your shoulders, so to speak, what are some of the goals that you've set in the future to go forward as a victim?
Well, my life is amazing right now. I have to say, this actress thing, I do stand-up comedy, I do a lot of that now, which I never thought I would be doing
Right,
that at
right.
56, but I'm doing it.
Are you 50?
I
I'm
turned
telling ages.
56.
She's 56. Yeah. Boy, you look fabulous.
Thank you.
You're not even going to give us a little hint of what performance. Are you going to be acting, singing? What are you going to be doing
Well,
at the
actually,
birthday book release?
well,
You wanna
just
keep it
come.
secret, just
Yeah,
come.
because I want you to be excited about something.
Okay.
You already know about the book release. There's
Yes.
going to be some, that nobody's going to see the cover, where you will. You'll see it
Okay.
ahead of
Thank
time.
you. I want
So
to get
it's
in
a
on
big
something.
reveal, yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, just coming up, I have a play that I'm going to be doing in January, so you all look forward to that. I'm actually have a starring role in the play. My first starring role.
Well, I have a whole calendar full of Karen J. We are so excited. And again, we're at Jay's Breakfast Club, 3669 Broadway. So I'm also excited that I can get some healthy eats after this interview.
Yes, yes.
And we are going to make sure that we book you here for a small business Saturday and all there. If somebody is saying, oh man, I can't make December 14th, you can still get your book online, but you can come once we book you in January around your other acting dates and whatnot.
Yeah.
But one more time, if you could still share the birthday book release date, location, cost, how they can find you,
Okay.
and then we will get out of here.
Well, you can go on Eventbrite. The keywords are behind the collar, and it will pull up automatically. It is next Saturday, which is December 14th, from 6 to 11:30. It comes with an autographed book signed by me. Yay, because I'm going to be famous. Keep it up.
Yes, remember
Speaking
this.
of my own life.
Remember this day.
6634 Calumet Avenue in Hammond, Indiana. It's $25 to get in, but it does cover the book. It covers $4